know I'm about to go in. Told me that I couldn't do it, but I gotta bring it back, so they're really not with it. Let's go. Tell me where you're from, where you stay. Now I keep it lit from the coast to the bay. Peace on the right.
If you guys are sick of wasting money on packs, go check out my sponsor. They offer the cheapest and most reliable way to buy coins straight from the source. Use code MAZE at checkout for 15% off your entire order. Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. In today's video, we are continuing our weekend league recap with games 6 through 10. In today's video, we're gonna be talking about an ability that people are kind of just discovering that, I don't know, kind of needs to be nerfed in some ways. But I'll get more into that into the video. Before we get into the content, as always, we're going to go over the best and the worst comment of the day. The best comment of the day coming from Sin City, who said, usually your first 5 weekend league games are easier than the rest. Me starting 0-5 this week, all versus teams that had fucking Barry. This is fine. All right, you know what? I lost a few games in my first 5 as well. I think we're all in this together. Maybe I was wrong when I said that. I'm sorry. I apologize. And the worst comment of the day coming from Jackson Bradley, who said, watching this while I wait in the cold for AAA to tow my car. Gotta keep learning from the red-headed Madden gods. I'm sorry to hear that, Jackson. Hope your car's okay. Glad I could provide some level of comfort for you. Looking at my lineup before we hop into the game, nothing has changed on the offensive side of the ball. The only change we will be making is I'm going to be selling Brandon Cooks, because Brandon Cooks sells for about 2 million coins, and I can't really justify having a 2 million coin card on my team unless they're adding a ton of value, and I just don't really feel like he is. On offense, we still have the Patriots playbook. On defense, we are rocking the 4-6 playbook. Now, onto this ability that I was talking about. It is called bench press, and you put it on DBs. And what bench press does is it fatigues the opponent's receiver when you press them. So, in theory, this is a good ability, and if it only worked on pass plays, I think it would be a solid ability. But the fact of the matter is this ability activates on run plays and pass plays, and this essentially forces your opponents to have to sub out the receivers like every other play because they just get too tired. So I do think that they're going to change that where it's not going to activate on run plays anymore, but in the meantime, if you guys aren't using the bench press ability, I would recommend it. Getting into our game 6, you saw we're 4-1, and we are starting off the ball here, going against the Broncos. Starting off with a screen to Barry Sanders, he's going to break a couple tackles, get across midfield with a 45, and I'm still running this gun ace slot offset, but you are going to see as the week goes on, or as the games go on, I start to mix in more ace close. So single back ace close is another formation I really like out of this playbook that I'm starting to dabble in. You saw we got a throw out of sack interception. I was going for a cover 4 beater and I just got hit as I threw it, and I don't even know if I would have caught it anyways, but we did throw an interception because of that. Now my opponent is going to be running the ball with Jerome Bettis. He gets a pretty large gain on his first carry and then throws it to Jermichael Finley, who gets another pretty solid gain inside the red zone now at the 8-yard line, and he continues to run the ball with Jerome Bettis, shoving it down our throat whether we like it or not, putting up 7 points on his first drive. So starting off the second quarter, I do need to make something happen or we are going to be in a bad position, because in Madden 21 with his chew clock glitch, if you get in a deficit, you're kind of screwed here. So 4th and 1, we do end up moving the chains here. Nice little in route to Brandon Cooks. 1st and 10, get a new set of downs as we throw to the flat to Barry Sanders, who's going to take it up and score with about 20 seconds left. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. I really, really like the fact that you can throw to the flats in this game and actually be rewarded for it. I think that's one of the things that makes this a much better game than Madden 20, despite all the glitches and all of that. So moving on, you saw my opponent did get bailed a little bit there on that 4th down. He did make a nice catch, which I thought he should have dropped because he got hit right as he threw it. But Madden gives and Madden takes. As you saw the very next play, he made a terrible read, threw it in double coverage, and we get the interception. So now 7-7 in the 4th quarter. We have an opportunity now to get the lead, yet I am Stevie Wonder apparently, and I throw into double coverage myself, and Rod Woodson comes down with an interception and returns it for 7. So I tend to throw pick 6s in the clutch a lot. I'm learning that about myself. Not a very good trait to have, but we will fight back. Down 7, about 2 minutes to go. We throw a nice little angle route to Barry Sanders and get another solid gain as we move the chains here. Nice little curl route. We're moving. We're moving the ball. We're being conservative. I want to be careful. I don't want to do anything stupid. Especially because this game is pretty close, and I throw a corner route right there. That was the same play I threw an interception on, so I was a little scared to throw it, but there was no one in the flats that time, so we do make it happen. Throw it back to the flats with Barry Sanders, get to the side, and get to the 5-yard line inside the 10 now. This is a pretty difficult area to score in, but if you do run the ball or throw these RPOs, it does make it a little bit easier. My opponent ran commit there, and with 1 minute left, we get into the end zone. Brandon Cooks on the RPO. I let the chat convince me to go for 2. I said if he gives me the look, I'm going to go for 2. He gave me the same look. The RPO is there, except Mark Clayton's bitch ass didn't block. You know, that was a good call. I'll stand by that. I would run that 10 out of 10 times, but Mark Clayton's bitch ass did not block. And so now we're in a position where we still have 3 timeouts. We got to get a stop here, though. Call all 3 of our timeouts and hopefully get the ball back and get in field goal range. So we get a stop on 1st and 2nd down. 3rd down comes. I know he's going to run stretch to the left. I'm blitzing everybody off the left side. I know it's coming. I try to shoot the gap. Looks like we got boys there, but he falls forward, gets the first, and ends the game.
Here's to winning out and going 22 and 23 and 2. We can still go 23 and 2. I'm gonna win out. Everybody can suck my dick. I'm gonna win out.
Sometimes after a loss like that, you just got a shotgun to ease the pain. 4 and 2. Not a very good record heading to our next game. And to make things worse, our Elgato broke. So I'm going to let these clips just speak for themselves.
Why my monitor just turned off? The fuck? I got a pick 6. I got a pick 6. Y'all see that shit? I got a fucking pick 6.
He got me. No, he didn't. Throw out a sack. We get the pick. Asante Samuel. We're going to run. Get out of the fucking way, pussy bitch. Yes.
We fucking did it. We fucking did it. Let's fucking go.
Yo. Give it to me. Throw out a sack, Dot. Throw out a sack, Dot, baby.
Yo, watch him miss this shit. He's going to fucking miss. Let's watch it. Fuck! Wait, he fucking missed! Let's fucking go! Woo! I'm up 21!
Am I dotting or am I fucking dotting?
Am I dotting or am I dotting?
Yo, this is a fucking face cam, baby. Yeah, I see you right there. Pick, baby! Give me that! Give me that shit! I am the champion. You can suck my cock and balls forever. Suck them forever. So even with the broken Elgato, we still won that game. We're now 5 and 2, and you saw we are now on a different stream. I had to end the stream, and I put my Elgato in the freezer. The Elgato is my capture card, if you know. It's what records my gameplay. I put it in the freezer, took it out, and then suddenly it worked again. So if you have a broken capture card, I guess try putting it in the freezer. Next game, we start off with the 0-1 trap, our beloved play to Barry Sanders. We get out in the open field and score a very easy touchdown to start the game, except, of course, knowing me, I missed my extra point. Missed my extra point, so we only have 6 points instead of 7. However, our defense lays the fucking wood. We get a nice hit stick on 4th down to get the turnover on downs and give us the ball. Then we fire right back with a slant to Mark Layden over the middle, who's going to take it for 36 yards for another score, extending our lead to 13. So now we have a 2-possession lead, and if we play some more defense, you know, this game is going to be as good as over. My opponent is, however, going to fight back and is driving down the field on us. Now across midfield at the 38, and a nice run to Ezekiel Elliott on the outside. He's going to try to juke inside, but does not succeed. We make the tackle at the 18-yard line. And inside the red zone, it's extremely difficult to score. So I usually feel confident that even if I get him down inside the 10, we can get a stop, and that is exactly what we did. He tried to force something in the corner. Tyrann Mathieu gets a nice interception, and we're going to return it 109 yards. And the funny thing is I even made a conscious decision as I intercepted the ball in the back of the end zone. I'm like, I shouldn't take this out. I should take a knee and get it at the 20. But I said, fuck that. We're going to do what a cowboy cock does. And we took it out and returned it all the way. Now up 20 points. Another bad pass by my opponent into triple coverage. We get the interception. And with 2 minutes left, this game is closed. It's a closed book. It's over. And you're going to see my opponent knew it as well. Connection to your peer has been lost. So we get the victory in that game, moving our record to 6 and 2. And because of those early losses, we are going to have to go on a little bit of a win streak to save this record. So going into game 9 against a user named Amazing. He's got Elvis Doomerville with edge threat and under pressure, so I know his pass rush is going to be pretty formidable. But starting off on the defensive side of the ball, he throws a terrible read straight to Adrian Wilson, and we're going to take that back for 6. Too freaking easy, starting off the game with a nice touchdown. But I miss the extra point again. I don't know what it is about kicking in this game. I just can't seem to get it. But thankfully, our defense, we're not going to need 1 point. I don't care about 1 point. Give me another 6. This time we got Isaiah Simmons with the user lurk, taking it back for another pick 6. So anytime you start off the game with 2 turnovers for touchdowns, I'm going to go out on a limb and say you're probably going to win that game. So I'm already feeling pretty good, 13-0. This guy does playmaker his running back up the field, gets a nice catch, jukes outside with Todd Gurley, and takes it for 75 yards. So even though we started very confidently, our defense kind of fell apart on that play, and we gave up a long 75-yard touchdown. Heading into our first offensive drive of the game, we had our crosser, but we decided to throw it a little bit late. Thankfully, we have Brandon Cooks on the sideline who's able to toe tap and get in the end zone. With about 2:30 left, we throw to the flats to Barry Sanders. And honestly, I kind of want to take up the rest of the time in the first half. You take points where you can get them, but I'm going to try to chew down that clock as much as possible on our way to the end zone. So that means a lot of running the ball, a lot of taking my checkdowns. And we do just that, get them down to under a minute as we score that last touchdown. So now 20-7, up 3 points again. Yet this time he finds a crosser over my 25-yard curl flat. I had a 25-yard flat out there, but now he's in the red zone, and you notice I just checked his abilities, and he had red zone threat on Andre Johnson, and that means I knew he was going to force a ball to him. I double covered him. We get the interception. Unfortunately for us, we were at the 2-yard line, and with about 10 seconds left, I gave up a safety, giving him pretty much a free 2 points, and that was just a stupid. I should have been way more conservative. I should have ran the ball, and then starting off the second half, I try to force a crosser on the sideline, and he gets an interception to start off the second half. So things are kind of falling apart for us. I'm playing bad. I'm keeping this guy in the game, and I don't really think he should. Thankfully, our defense steps up. We do get the stop, now up 11 points. I go for a cover 3 beater. You see it's barely open. We chuck it with Dan Marino, and Brandon Cooks is there on the other end to make the catch and flip the field inside the red zone once again. 1st and 10 as the time winds down in the third quarter. We throw the corner route, and Brandon Cooks is there once again to make the catch inside the 5. And from here, you guys should never really pass inside the 5. I would say just run it almost every time. I feel like I've thrown more turnovers by passing inside the 5 than I have scored points. So that's why I tend to run the ball when I'm that close to the end zone. But moving on to the defensive side of the ball, this game is pretty much over. We're up 22 points late in the fourth quarter. So I think this guy was just trying to run out the clock as well, maybe get in some extra reps. But he was driving down on us pretty nice until this overthrow, and AJ Terrell going to come up from a deep zone and pick it off and take it to the outside. And he's just a little bit faster than these O-linemen. Asante Samuel picks up a nice block as we continue that, and this is another 100-yard interception return. Probably should have went down and just chewed out the clock, but I decided to be an asshole and journal into the end zone, scoring yet another touchdown. But we do get another victory, leading us to be 7-2 going into our final game of this episode, Game 10. Those are our top 3 right there. Our opponents got Junior Seau, Byron Jones, and Rod Woodson. And it looks like he's got bench press on his corners. That was the ability I was talking about at the beginning. So I'm going to keep that in mind. You want to know, you always want to know what abilities your opponent has so you know how to kind of play around them and scheme around them the best of your ability. So bench press, I know I'm going to have to watch out for my receivers getting tired. He is dotting us, though, on his first drive. 3rd and 9, he converts, gets down to the 1-yard line. We are going to run commit here, and Asante Samuel going to seal that edge, get a nice tackle for a loss, and hold our opponent to 3. So even though he drove down on us very easily, we stood strong in the red zone. We got our stop, and we held him to 3, and now we have an opportunity to take a lead. We get a nice little lucky bounce off a blocker animation from Tyreek Hill, who's going to squeeze through a hole and take it all the way back. I believe this is my first kick return touchdown of the year. Very happy about that, and it came at a good time. This guy seems to be a pretty good opponent. Defense holding strong there on 2nd and 13, getting a sack. Bringing up a 4th and 6. He does go for it. Nothing is open. We get another block shed off the right end. That was Elvis Dumerville getting the stop there and getting the turnover on downs. Now we're at the 25-yard line looking for an open receiver. We end up finding Tyreek Hill on a trail route down to the 2-yard line. And here on 3rd and goal, I ran the ball. I think he expected another run, and that was when I decided to pass. He did run commit, and that is why we were able to complete that pass. But now at the end of the first half, we are up 2 possessions, and we are getting the ball at halftime. And so this is a good example of how just a little bit better clock management and getting 7 points instead of 3 was able to lead us to take a commanding lead going into the second half, even though this guy hasn't really made too many mistakes. Starting off in the second half, though, we do go for the 1-play touchdown. Brandon Cooks gets open on a deep post, and a great throw from Dan Marino lets him get out in front of it and take it all the way for a touchdown. So now 21-3. I feel like this game hasn't really been a dominant performance by me, but just a few things have gone our way, which are leading us to have a commanding lead. So, I mean, I think playing the game a little bit smarter than this guy has led us to be in a very good position. Asante Samuel somehow sticks with his receiver, Tyreek Hill, on this deep post. And I'm going to be honest, guys, I think that was the bench press ability. I think Tyreek Hill was tired, and I think sometimes, even though it says it just fatigues him, I think it improves our man coverage as well if it makes him tired. I don't know, man. I just feel like this bench press ability is very overpowered at the moment as we throw another touchdown and connection near Pierre has been lost. That is going to do it for this episode, boys. We are now 8-2 as we head into Game 11. That episode will be up tomorrow. If you guys like these videos, be sure to leave a like down below. We got another tip video coming up as well. I'm going to be doing a stick tutorial. So hit the sub button, hit the notification bell if you don't want to miss that. And guys, I will be seeing you very soon.